Hi guys, this is Kieran, and welcome back to the layout. Okay, so today I've got a pretty big update, I would say. It's not really that much of a layout update. I'm going to title it that, because that's what I'm calling my updates. But it's not that much of an layout update. Now, to start off, as the title says, it's all things Amfleet. So, I've built a little bit of a test yard, I would say. I've just grabbed a bunch of Walther's, whatever it's called, track, and just snapped it together and built a bunch of tracks with some switches. And I've been trying, I thought, well, I think I have enough Amfleets, maybe I can fill a yard and make it an Amtrak yard. And I had nowhere near enough Amfleets. I have one, let's see, well actually I have 8 Amfleets and that's it. And I thought I had enough. I thought I had at least 10, maybe 20, but I only have 8. Now, I'm actually a founding member of a club called the Amtrak Fan Club. So, basically modeling everything Amtrak, and our goal is to hopefully eventually build an entire fleet of Amtrak, so one of the entire Amtrak fleet, and be able to travel to shows with an Amtrak yard, and hopefully, because there are Amtrak stations, and there are so many things where people are, I know a lot of people are interested into Amtrak, but there's no fan club or a model railroad club devoted specifically to Amtrak or the MBTA or stuff like that. So the Amtrak fan club is, and its kind of counterpart, I guess you could say, the MBTA fan club is a model train fan club, or a model train club, excuse me, that also has, maybe we'll go rail fanning and stuff like that. But our goal, eventually, hopefully by the end of next year, is to build an Amtrak yard. And we'll be traveling to, hopefully, to some conventions with this. And with the Amtrak yard also comes the giant fleet. And with that, I mean, I know me and the other founding member have yard switchers, and we have AEM7s, and we have stuff like that, but we don't have Amfleets. He has a ton of Amfleets that are Phase 3 and Phase 2, but most of them are cafe or lounge cars. So, and I have, as I said, 8. I have 2 that are Amfleet 2. I have 1 coach and 1 lounge. I have one of the Phase 4B cafes, and I have a Bachmann cafe, I have a Bachmann coach, and then I have 3 randomly assorted Walther's really old coaches, which you can see in the back here. There are 3 of them. Well, it's zoomed in, but those are the 3, and they're in this really weird paint scheme. This is one of the Bachmann ones. This is the coach over here on the second track. So I have a lot, but they're in the wrong paint scheme, and same with him. And I think overall, what we're gonna what we're gonna have to do is probably repaint a lot of them. I'm not exactly sure how to do that, but I'm gonna try and learn. If you guys have any suggestions on how to do that, but also we're gonna have to buy a lot more. And I've been looking on eBay, and I've been looking everywhere I can possibly find them. And I know Bachmann just discontinued their line of Amfleets. So if anybody knows where to get any Bachmann ones, especially, as I said, in Phase 4, or especially even if I can, Phase 5, I think is what they titled it, but Phase 4B, like the this thing here. This is a Phase 4B, which is the official, I guess you could say, Amtrak paint scheme right now. but actually I think they might be switching back to Phase 3, but that'll come in a minute. So I want to know if you guys have any suggestions on where to get any Amfleets, because I'm looking for some place that's cheap, because Walthers is actually releasing a very good line of them this coming January. But the issue with these is that they're $720, and they're a set of 6, and they're in Phase 3 or Phase 2. So that's going to be a little annoying if I'm unsuccessful at repainting them. And I mean, I'd take those if I can't find any of the other stuff, but I'm sure I can find, especially Northeast Direct stuff. I know that's not exactly prototypical, but we at least want 6 or 7 Northeast Direct cars so we can get pull a set in the AEM7 paint scheme that I have, which is the Phase 4. So, like one that's actually prototypically accurate for the time period, because they put the AEM7 pulled the Northeast Direct cars. So we'll be using a ton of different paint schemes, but that's something that's coming up. If you guys have any suggestions or where I could get them, I'd be really grateful. My goal by the end of the year is to amass 20 or 30 of them, and I think that's a good goal. That's a lot, but to be able to build a realistic consist, I mean, we're probably never going to be able to get Amtrak's entire fleet. Obviously, we're not going to get like 3,000 passenger coaches or whatever, but like enough to deliver the purpose. This is an open club too, so hopefully some of you guys would be willing to join it, and I don't know how how far we'll be traveling or whatnot, but hopefully, I don't know. That's coming up soon. But anyway, to move on, I'm also working on a website for those of you who are rail fans, and if you have seen any of my latest videos with trying to track and see if the Northeast Regional, for example, is pulling with a P42 or some engine that's not normally on that train. If you want to catch rare glimpses or see what locomotive is on what train in advance, I'm trying to work out. I'm a web designer myself, so I have some ideas on how to amass a database that maybe can sort of help track locomotives and stuff, so that you guys, not track per se, but like the last time people have seen them, they can put sightings on there and say like, hey, this P42 is in Boston, so come check it out, or the new ACS64 is on the main line right now, so something that like you can easily check and see any interesting sightings. And also I'd have the roster on there and information about the routes, etc., and Amtrak news and stuff like that. So I thought that would be cool, get some kind of site like that. And lastly, I have some interesting news for all of you, once again, all the rail fanners out there. I've noticed a lot of comments about the new ACS64s, and I wanted to let you guys know a little bit about them. So, I actually wrote down some information. So far, I've been able to figure out where, roughly where the 600 series, the ACS64s are. So they just, number 606 just left the plant on November 8th. So that should be making its way. It moved east in October, so it's somewhere between Chicago and Boston right now. So it may or may not be running on the Northeast Corridor, testing some stuff. Also, so 601 is still in Pueblo, Pueblo, getting work done, and I believe 600 is still there with it. 602 came east in July, So I don't know where that is now. It may just be at like one of the Northeast Corridor facilities. 603 is somewhere, as I said, in the NEC. 604 and 605, I don't know exactly where those are right now. So if you guys have any suggestions on, like, or any comments, post them in the comments below. So rail fanners can check out the comments and see where the locomotive is, so maybe they can take a video of it and post it. Also, all AEM7 overhauls have now been suspended. So that means that all the eventually, hopefully, once all the ACS64s are in, they'll eventually start replacing the AEM7s. So, in addition, the HHP8s, which will eventually be replaced too, which are in the 600 numbers, will be renumbered to higher 600 series, so above, I can't remember exactly how many ACS 64s are being ordered, but to a higher numbers, so to avoid two locomotives being numbered the same. So that's the news. They're also getting some new Talgo sets and stuff. I'll post all of this in the description, so you can check that out. I'll also post it on the website, so you can check out the website. It's not officially done right now, and it's actually running off of another website that I've created that just temporarily, I'm just running it there. I'm going to completely change its design eventually and put it to a different URL, but temporarily it's there. I'll let you know when it changes. So thank you guys so much for watching. All of the news and stuff, I'll keep you updated. So if you guys have any questions, anything, let me know. I'm happy to help. Alright, take care, guys. Bye.